Alright, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. Let me show you where we left off with the 65 Coronet Ultimate Getaway Car. I did go ahead and let this thing down on the ground, cleaned up in here. I know you can't really tell, but swept out, blew the shop out yesterday, got all that old Bondo and body dust out. That stuff is gross, and I will cover up this bar and whatever else before I paint the car, but I need to get on the top now. The sides they looked really good. There's a few little dinky spots. I think I showed you that the other day. A little dent back there. But top, trunk lid, tops of the quarters. Get all that stuff sanded and primed. That's my main goal here. I got the trim is all taped off, so that should be good to go. I'm not going to bore y'all with a lot of sanding stuff, but I know a lot of people like to see the process, and it appears everywhere I've tapped and looked, the top and these other spots don't have any filler in them, so it should go so much faster not having to replace and repair the stuff that was old and cracked off. So I'm going to get to work on that. So if you're like me, you would just assume that this being a giant roof of a car, it would be flat, but it's not flat, and I can prove it to you with this paint paddle. The layer right there, it's almost flat. It's kind of flat through there. Can you see that? Same thing over here. See where that starts coming down there? So it has a natural taper to it all the way. Let the water run off. There's a lot of taper there, and if my pad is not conforming to that, it'll start to dig in like that did. So what I have, and if you have a sander, I recommend it. This is an interface pad, and what it's going to do is as I push down here with my sander, it's going to better conform to any of these curves. So this thing is really worth its weight in gold. I'll run through this spot here. You see that one? That hasn't been touched at all. That dug in. That one hasn't been touched. And what that's going to do, also it's soft, so if it did accidentally touch the trim, doesn't matter. I'll put my sandpaper on, run it down that line 3 or 4 times, let you watch it in action. I did go ahead and wipe off that red funky sanding powder instead of breathing it and blowing it all in the air. I've just got a rag here that I had a little bit of, it's actually a t-shirt. It had some wax and grease remover left on it, and that stuff really sticks to it pretty well. So I come through here and I scoop up. See, it left a little wet edge, doesn't matter. But it's stuck in that shirt now. I can take it outside and blow it out or shake it out or do whatever. Someone had asked me in a different video. This is what I've been using. It's Master Pro's Guide Coat Black, part number 7003. Get that at your local O'Reilly's. This probably looks familiar to you, but since it's a large flat panel, it's definitely worth doing. Not going super heavy with it. There we go. The back of the car with that lid that I just blocked off. And honestly, you couldn't see anything in it at all when that spray paint was on there. But I want to show you a couple what I think are worth pointing out. This is actually a really high spot. I'm going to have to tap that down with a hammer. It's so high. These other ones, like that, you can't feel these. Low here, low there. I haven't even touched this fender top yet, quarter top. But on these edges, it's really strange. Same thing on the other side. It's low, it's high, it's low, low, low. You know, like they're not. It's perfectly normal right here, but other side's pretty similar. Low, weird high spot, low, high, low. I guess basically what I'm saying, it seems like they didn't care much about that panel when it left the factory. Or if, you know, it was good enough to the point of the old acrylic enamel, it probably had a nice sheen to it. It wasn't like a base clear would be. But this one's pretty big low right there. That's a big high. I'm going to have to tap that one down. It needs some work. Trunk's been totally blocked. The lid and the tops of these fenders. This is just a clean, brand new blue shop towel. I'm going to lay it on here and I'm going to feel with my hand. And I can feel every little ding and dent, dimple. See, there's one there, there's one there. I can see those. But even these high spots, I can feel. See, it's not really bad through there, through the center. Funky down here. Funky on the edges. Try to keep it sliding. There we go. Okay. So y'all know what's going to happen next. Just hang out. Let me give you a little update. I went ahead and rolled the car outside. I got this entire trunk and the tops of these quarters wiped. I blocked this one. You can see how you can see the high. My glaze stays here. High, 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 etc. I may need to add a little bit more there. But I wanted to go ahead and wipe the trunk lid. I ran over it just with a quick DA and I blocked it for about 2 minutes. Blew it off. I really think this is going to be crucial just to get this thing glassy smooth whenever the paint hits, and it's high gloss, so everything's going to show. I am outside so that I can blow and the dust goes somewhere else. It won't stay in the shop anymore. I went around to this side, ground here and wiped that. It was just that little bit of a dent that where they had hit a mailbox or something. I don't know, not sure what it was, but pretty minute. I'm going to sand most of that off anyway, but I haven't. You can see the top of this quarter, I have not blocked it all yet, and most of that's going to go away. But if I don't go ahead and start with it on there, I'll have to add more later or something. And I think this is faster than doing a lot of other things. We are getting close. I went ahead and shot her with my guide coat just to be sure I could see my highs and lows. I know there'll be like one through here that's low, but I'm gonna run over it again. I switched to my big Durablock with some brand new 180 on it. I currently look like this because it is bright out here, but it's nice to work outside. The dust is blowing away. I've got a fan set up on the roof there that keeps the dust blown away, so I'm gonna block this off and keep going. Block's nice and clean. Got a few low spots I need to get a little more glaze into. See them through here. I can fill it with a rag, so it needs to be filled. There. Right there. And then on the fender top, quarter top, it goes low, high, low, low, and a little low right there. This side's got one low left right there. So this streak here, that line, I probably had some little bit of trash when I was wiping that the first time, so I need to come back and fill that in. I gotta go ahead and call it for the day. Got my little dent fixed on this side right through here. Feels pretty nice. Might need a little bit of putty in one little spot there. I went ahead and puttied over my other pinholes or whatnot from there, and then blocked that entire thing down. So whenever I prime the top and the trunk lid, top of the doors, I'll reprime this. That way it'll get a couple good coats on it. Getting down into here, basically used a wire wheel and a lot of time, so that's okay. When I come back, I will pop off our fancy Bodywork burner badge. Got to save that, preserve it, and I'll pop the trunk and finish sanding. I basically need to sand through here in that area again, and then down that one, and I think this thing will be ready to prime. So, famous last words. Hopefully y'all can see this. I got a little busy yesterday putting plastic up, kind of make myself a half of a paint booth. I'm probably going to hang a big piece down from that rafter. I'm sorry, that's a truss. From that truss all the way down on that side, and that way it'll give me a big wall there. I can bring my plastic around, kind of save me a little bit of maybe some heat. Hopefully I can paint this thing soon. It's probably going to turn off cold again by then.